Okay, this is the chapter 4, Show What You Know lesson. And this is the time to pause your video for these 4 do now problems. Okay, let's go over them. All right, 75 divided by 15 is 5 because 15 times 5 is 75. This one I divided. You could get a couple different answers. You could write your answer as a decimal 0.5, as a fraction 7.5, or with a remainder of 4. All those 3 ways would be correct. Then here we have some subtraction with regrouping. Your answer should be 3 and 38 hundredths. All right, then we have 40%. Remember, when you have a percent, you move your decimal 2 spots to make it 0.4. Multiply, and your answer will be 22. All right, the kinds of problems you're going to see on your Show What You Know. Remember, this is a review from last year, so these are things that you should have already learned. If you are having trouble with them, just come talk to me, and I'll make sure that you get caught up. All right, so this is multiply and divide to find 2 equivalent fractions for the given fraction. So let me zoom in there a little bit more. Sometimes it's hard to see on this paper. So let's do 2 equivalent fractions for 5/6. So 5/6 is in simplest form already. So let's just multiply the top and bottom by 2. So we get 10/12ths, and let's multiply it by 3 to get 15/18ths. All right, let's do this one. This one is not in simplest form. So one thing we could do is, I notice these are both even. I could divide the 12 in half and the 18 in half. Again, I notice that's still not in simplest form, so I could divide it again, this time by 3, and I'd get 2/3. So these are equivalent. I could have also multiplied the top by 2, the bottom by 2, and that would also be an equivalent fraction. So any of those would be equivalent fractions. Then it says, write the description of the pattern and find the missing numbers. So here, let's look at this one. We have 625, and I see we're going down 50 to 575. We go down 50 again, we're at 525. So if we go down 50 again, we'll be at 475. Down 50 again, 425, 375, 325. We're subtracting 50 each time. Okay, and then you'll have a couple review multiplication problems. Remember, you take the ones digit first and you multiply times the top numbers. 1 times 7 and 1 times 3. Put in your place holding 0. Move over to the tens digit. 2 times 7 is 14. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 777. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. 6 times 5 is 30. Carry my 3, my tens digit. I put my placeholder in, and I put my 0 down. Then 6 times 4 is 24, 25, 26, 27. We add those 3. And 2,790. Okay, so that is what your Show What You Know will look like. Some of the words that you need to remember is coordinate plane. Remember, a coordinate plane looks like this, and you go over and up. The denominator is the bottom of your fraction. The denominator is on the bottom. Equivalent fractions are equal to each other. Numerator is the top of the fraction, the number of parts. Ordered pair is this. That's the x coordinate and the y coordinate, going x over and then y up or down. So here's our x and our y coordinate. We have patterns, which we just found in the pattern when we were subtracting the 50. You're looking for patterns, what's happening over and over to the sequence of numbers, and then you continue that pattern. And then simplify, which we've been learning a lot about simplifying. When you have a number on the top and the bottom that can be divided by the same number, this one can be divided by 10, you can simplify that fraction. Okay, so go ahead and try that show what you know assignment, and make sure you watch the vocabulary preview for chapter 4.